Greetings, Dr. Susan Spillman here. As you can see, I'm at the beach. So I hope you'll enjoy the sounds of the beach, the water coming in and out. There's some children playing out front, which you might or might not hear. They're playing in the water. So I hope you enjoy it. So today I'm going to talk a little bit more about connecting to ourselves. So I did the first video about 2 weeks ago, and this is a follow-up for that. And I'll be doing one more video about this. And what I want to talk about today is the first thing is being aware of how we're disconnected from ourselves. Because often in order to connect to ourselves, we have to really get a sense of what we're doing to ourselves, how we are disconnecting from ourselves. And some of the key ways that we do that is by overthinking is one, and blaming. So overthinking, I think everyone knows about. It's like always thinking about, why did this happen? What's going to happen? How can I fix myself? Round and round and round and round. And sometimes we get some ideas and we try something new, but the idea about overthinking is that really it keeps us in our head. So our head is where we're not going to get the answers in our head. And even though we think we will, so that's of course why we're there, because we think we can get the answers there, but we won't get the answers in our head. So just being aware of how much overthinking you're doing, that's helpful to know. Another one is blaming. So blaming ourselves, negative self-talk about ourselves. I can't do it, I'm unlovable, it's too hard, all that kind of negative self-talk that again, many of us do. And it's good again to just get an idea of how much you do that so that you're aware of what you're doing to yourself. Okay, this is all doing things to yourself, and it's helpful to know that you're doing that, okay, and how much you're doing that. So we have blaming ourselves, and then of course we have blaming other people. So feeling like I'm right and they're wrong. Whatever's happened is their fault. They did it to me. That kind of thing. So this is a very big one also, part of the blame. It's like externalizing it. I don't have any power in this. I'm a victim, basically, is what this message is. I'm a victim of other people. And they're the ones who are doing something to me. So again, just good to know, pay attention to yourself, not to beat yourself up more. I'm not saying that, of course. I'm just saying it's helpful to know what you're doing to yourself so you can stop doing it. That's the point. Once we know what we're doing, then it's easier to start shifting our thought patterns and our behavior and how to bring ourselves back more into our body and into the present time. So as I mentioned before, one of the things I love to say for myself and to suggest to other people is the suggestion of what can I do right now to feel better. So if you catch yourself in any of that kind of thing, any blaming yourself, other people, overthinking, judging yourself, I'm so stupid, that kind of thing. What can I do right now to feel better right now? And this has to do with bringing you right back to right now in the present time. So often something will come to mind. I can take a walk, I can read a book. Sometimes we already have a kind of favorite go-to activity to help us feel better. But it's also helpful sometimes to just make a list of all the things you can do to help yourself feel better. So one thing for me, for example, is making videos. I love to make videos. And I always feel better when I make them, even if the videos aren't exactly what I liked and I wasn't so happy with the video. Nonetheless, simply making the video is a great expression for me. So it's helpful to know what you can do. So if you're at a loss, it's like, yeah, but I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. It's like, okay, I have my list of these are the things I can do. Take a walk, talk to a friend, take a nap, read a book, turn off the internet, those kinds of things. So after that, once you're aware of what you're doing to yourself, basically, what we're all doing to ourselves, and we all do this in various forms, in different situations, sometimes more in relationships than work, or work than home, different levels of this. Then we start focusing on, okay, so what can I do then to be more connected to myself? And one of the things really is what I just mentioned, is coming back into the present, into what can I do right now? What's happening right now? How am I feeling right this minute? And are there feelings I need to release? Are there feelings I need to release so that I can come into my power, into appreciating myself, to looking at my past and seeing how this helped me get where I am, and how I can move forward from here, moving forward into expansion. So it's a shift in really a vision from focusing on the past to focusing on the present, and then moving forward into the future. So I'm just going to check my notes to see if there's something else about that. Okay. And one of the things that I find that keeps us stuck is that we get bogged down with our feelings. So we may know how we're feeling, like I'm feeling icky about myself. I don't like this about myself, or I don't like this about the situation, or I'm anxious, or I'm sad, or I'm scared. And it's not the feelings per se. Often the feelings will give us a clue as to what's going on and then how to move forward. What's really the problem, in my view, is that we get stuck in those feelings. And so the feelings start repeating themselves. The feeling, we're stuck in the feeling, rather than, oh, I'm feeling this way, so I can do this about it, or I can move forward, or I can let it go, that kind of thing. So I want to show you a game right now that I use a lot related to this, because it's a way to help people and myself release feelings that are stuck so that we can move forward. And so I'm going to show you just part of this game due to time factors. And I'll use the situation of the U.S. election. So I've already done some work on this because I was feeling quite burdened by this situation, even though I'm in Bali, but I am an American. And so I was picking up a lot of energy from all the turmoil going on in the U.S. And earlier today, I really was feeling it and not happy. I didn't like it, but I was a little bit repetitive about it, feeling just various feelings. And the cards I picked before are worried, sad, frustrated, and embarrassed, which I've already done one release for, but I'll do another release because there was a little bit left when I did that before. So the cards are worried, sad, frustrated, and embarrassed. So it's about about this whole election situation. It's embarrassing that this is happening, and sometimes embarrassing, really, to be an American. Frustrated that it's happening and I can't do anything about it. Sad that it's happened. And worried, what is the outcome going to be? What's going to happen with this election? So I'm just going to check in my body now to see where that is right now. Before it was at a 7. Now I'd say, in talking about it and such, I'd say it's at a 3. So I want to release this. And what I want to do is I want to send it to the sea. Okay, the tide is still going out, and I want to send it out with the tide. Okay. Okay, so if you'll follow me, and you can do this for yourself, it can be another topic, of course, but just to show you how we do it. So we start at the third eye and go over the top of the head with the guiding meridians, which release a lot of energy. I'm Susan, and I release all worried, sad, frustrated, and embarrassed about this situation in America with the election. I allow myself to release all these feelings that I'm carrying about this election and about the outcome of it. I release this from my body, from my chest, at a 3. And I send it out with the tide, into the ocean, never to come back again. Now. Okay, so I'm just checking in with myself again. I'd say it's down to about a 0.5 now, 0.5. So I feel like I've released quite a bit of it, but there's still a little bit hanging on. So I'm going to do another part with this, and that is supported. I'm going to say what can help me release this even more. So I'm going to do supported. I'm Susan. And I release all remaining embarrassed, frustrated, sad, and worried that I'm holding on to about the election in the U.S. I allow myself to be supported by my friends and also to support myself. To support myself in feeling powerful and that I can handle whatever happens. Now. Okay. So that last part was what was most helpful to me, that I can handle whatever happens right now. To saying that to myself was really helpful. It's true, and I can do it. So I've released that now. And now I want to show you the end of the game, which is how would I like to feel. So I'd like to feel strong, happy, brave, and special. So what we do here is we look at the cards, special, brave, happy, and strong, and just let ourselves feel these cards right now in the present. Okay? So I'm going to do that for just a moment. Let myself feel special, special to myself, brave, to move forward and solve whatever comes up in my life, strong, related to that, similar, and feeling happy, happy in myself, happy about myself, that I can handle whatever's coming up. Okay? And then when I'm ready, I'll say yes, and let those feelings come into my heart, my chest, all the cells of my body, so that I can really feel them in my body. And feel more powerful, more capable, more able to handle whatever is coming up, moving forward. Yes. So this is an example of the Magical You game. And I'm happy to offer this game, to show you about this game, to do an introduction to this game for you if you're interested. And if you are, please let me know either below the video or by PMing me on Facebook. And we can set up a time. We can do it in a group if there are several of you who'd like to see how it's done. And or we can do it individually. So I'm happy to do this. This is a passion of mine in terms of how we can release where we're stuck, and that we can really feel much better about ourselves, about our ability to handle things, about being powerful, about moving forward. So I hope you'll join me in some of this. Thank you, and I look forward to one more video with you. Okay. Bye-bye.